The Reverend Double Agent OG is such an interesting guitar. It's got the weight, shape, and controls of a Fender, the bodywood bridge and pickups of a Gibson, and a little extra tone sauce, kinda like a Gretsch. It's like the entire guitar industry had a drunken party, and 9 months later this guy came out. It's weird to look at, weird to hold, and in this Flipside music exclusive color, the vintage vibe is off the charts. That being said, this is one of the most fun guitars I've played in years, and I'm stupid excited to share it with you. Today I'm here to offend, defend, and lovingly showcase this exclusive release from Flipside Music and Reverend Guitars, and if you like what you hear, maybe this can become a part of your next rig. My name is Zach, welcome to AudiblyDumb. I've owned plenty of Reverend guitars in the past, but I just never vibed with any of them. They're super dope, they look fun, they sound decent, and the owner seems like a really great guy. That being said, it just never really felt like a brother, more like that weird cousin you only see on Thanksgiving. Homie's fun for a day, but you're not trying to be roommates with this whack job or his Funko Pop collection. I've never played a Double Agent OG, and Flipside Music has this color called Violin Brown, so I'm game, why not? Give it a shot. At first, I just want to address the vibe of this thing. If you're a Fender fan, you're gonna feel right at home here. The bolt-on maple neck, the single cutaway, the T-style controls, it's all gonna feel immediately familiar, until you go to rest your picking hand. Wait a second, what's happening here? My picking hand isn't getting cut to shite with all the screws sticking out. What's going on? I'll tell you what's going on. They gave us a Tune-O-Matic bridge here, and that spot where your picking hand can rest may be the single most comfortable position on any bridge type. As a Fender fanboy, this is painful for me to say. Hey Reverend, thank you so much for fixing a problem that I didn't realize was a problem. This decision makes me moist. Rock out, Girl Scout. Once you have your strap height set, you got the guitar at the right angle, and your hand is gliding over the strings like Batman over Gotham, you very quickly realize this company not only knows what they're building, but who it is they're building it for. Now this may feel like a huge lean into Fender-type instruments, but let's not forget the hard rock savagery that Gibson is known for, that this also leans into pretty heavily. Maple, bolt-on, chrome three-way, Fender, I get it, but to a Korina body, a Tune-O-Matic bridge, a humbucker, and a P90? Hold the phone, Osmosis Jones, this just got stupid interesting. It's not as bright as a Fender, it still has that Fender bark and bite, but it still moans in your ear like only the luscious of Gibsons can. I'm not meaning for this to sound so sexual, man. I just really love guitars, especially ones with a nice, slim, smooth neck and locking tuners. That reminds me, this thing has locking tuners, y'all! Thank you for including those, Reverend. For those of us that enjoy vintage vibe with modern conveniences, it is really appreciated. And while we're at the headstock, let's just start there and work our way down. The signature. The handwriting on the back of the headstock is such a nice touch. It may seem stupid, but it just gives a hand-built quality to the entire thing, and I think it enhances the experience of owning these disastrous money pits. This leads to the neck, and that's always been my biggest issue with Reverend. Not in construction, the neck is rock solid, roasted maple, I'm all here for it. It's in the shape. I like rolled edges and a slightly thicker C-shaped neck, and I don't want to feel any of those frets as I do my tasteful slides. In my experience, the necks have always been a little stiff, a little too slim, and sometimes the frets snag you a little bit on the way up and down. If you have smaller or even average size hands, this may not be an issue for you. You may love the neck shape right out the gate. Everything I just said is not the case with this instrument. It's got a medium oval neck is what they call it, and a 12-inch radius because they care about our happiness. All kidding aside, this may be my favorite neck that I've played on a Reverend guitar, period. I think this is awesome. Once again, it's vintage inspired, but with some modern conveniences. Thank you so very much, Reverend. This is the first neck you've made that makes me feel a little chubbed. Is that a weird thing to say? Again, it's a bit sexual, and I'm sorry about that, but it's just such a great neck. This neck warrants such praise. Reverend, great neck. Now I do want to play you some clean tones going into the Princeton, but first I do want to share the options you have with this specific model of double agent. Flipside Music offers this guitar with both a maple board and a rosewood board. But there's even more sauce to be had as well. You can get this in a Tune-O-Matic bridge or with a Bigsby, once again adding even more of that Gibson Gretsch flavor to this Fender type spinoff. Having the option to make a guitar match your vibe is not something many brands accommodate, nor many shop owners pay attention to. This is gonna sound salesy as fuck, and I do not get paid for this, but this is what happens when a guitar is built by players for players. Boxes get checked. Now let's go play some clean tones. I'm going straight into the Fender Princeton, volume at 2.5, trebles at 7, basses at 3, reverbs at 4. The body design kind of bridges the gap between single cutaway and offset, which does look a little bit derpy, but it's surprisingly functional. The weight is very balanced, whether you get the hardtail or a Bigsby sits nicely on a strap, and the controls are very, very easy to get to. I personally have never had an issue with accidentally smacking the controls on a T-style guitar. My main guitar is a Tele, so this is perfect for me. I'm actually going to go full beast mode honesty here and just say that this guitar, and Reverend as a whole to be fair, it's kind of a brand that you have to want to own. It feels traditional, but the closer you look, it's not really traditional. You have to force yourself to own, buy, and rock this thing. You're not really going to be getting people running up to you being like, oh my god, that's the most beautiful guitar I've ever seen. I mean, their flagship artist is Greg Koch. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Homie is one of the greatest, most slapping guitar players to ever walk the face of the planet. But what a quirky dude. That's honestly how I feel about this brand. This is what I think this brand is. It is a pro instrument made for pro musicians, but it has the personality of a class clown. And that leads perfectly into the pickup configuration, because the whole P90 humbucker thing, oh my god, smacks. I've always loved it. Like, what a cool idea, right? It's like the opposite of an HSS Strat, but not many cats are doing it. It's a bold choice. And that's specifically true for the middle position. The P90 and the humbucker together, just mwah. Neck, middle, bridge, volume, tone, average savage. But then you get this little feature, which I've always kind of struggled to love. It's like that friend who loves you, but you don't love them back. Not like that anyway, and they try to give you what you want, but it's just not ever enough, and you try sexting, but then things just get really weird. It's the Gretschy part of the guitar. Instead of rolling off the high end like this guy, this rolls off the low end. As a concept, it's wonderful and unique for tone sculpting. If you're the type of person that really plays with all your knobs and pickup configurations and you take the time to find those individual unique tones, this is just one more layer that can give you an insane amount of options to sound the way you want to sound. The reason why it's lost on me is because I'm a simpleton plebeian. I like 2 pickups, a 3-way switch, volume and tone, and that's good enough for me. Anything else, regardless of how dope it is, I just don't really find myself going for it. That being said, if you want maximum control over your vibing tone of tasteful slappage, the bass contour is gangster and is definitely worth checking out. It looks cool and feels great, but how it sounds and performs with effects is one of the most important parts here, so I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a whole bunch of different types of tones. Every sound you hear from overdrive to modulation is all coming from my Helix on the floor. Anything that I add, I'll display on screen so you can see what I'm doing. All in all, this guitar kinda stole my heart a little bit. If my heart's a crystal skull, then this guitar is Indiana Jones, and my budget is the boulder chasing that asshole down. And once again, I'm not getting paid to say any of this, nor do I get paid if you were to buy one. There's a local store called Flipside Music. They're really, really cool guys, and they let me borrow gear to make content on. The guitar's lightweight, super comfortable, has a nice smooth neck, and has this wonderful blend of vintage vibe with modern appointments, and if you know anything about me so far, you will know that is what I go for. I like guitars that just gives a nod to the past, to all those heroes that we grew up listening to, but then let's just say guitar building has gotten better over time. It's actually super weird we pretend that isn't true. Like, the vintage vibe is the dopest, but there have been some improvements in the last 60, 70 years when it comes to instrument making. So when brands like Reverend apply some of those to their instruments, thanks guys. I will say, it does have a very strange body shape, takes a little bit of getting used to, as does this objectively kinda shitty vintage color. I will admit it is growing on me though. And this also doesn't really have that super premium feel that I know a lot of you cork sniffers love. If you're a cork sniffer and you're watching this, I'm so sorry, little guy. No offense. Go cuddle your custom shop R9. It'll feel better. You'll feel better. Lick it a little bit. At the end of the day, for sub $1,100, this guitar is fucking awesome. I'm really enjoying my time with it. Whether you're a bedroom musician like me, or you're a journeyman going from band to band touring or whatever, this really is a great option workhorse that'll last you a very long time. I'll actually be really shocked if I don't buy one of these from them someday. I mean, it's their shop exclusive in particular. I played a lot of Reverends around their store before I left. This one was the best for sure. I really wish I could keep this guitar. Although I can't keep it, maybe you can. Serial number 65088. If you call the store, link is in the description. Call them up, give them that serial number. If the guitar is still there, you can literally buy this exact guitar that I'm holding in my hands. High quality components, really good tone woods, decent pickups, and the QC is spot on. This thing plays fantastic. But the shop also sets all these up ahead of time, so I'm sure that has something to do with it. I just shameless plugged the shit out of you guys. My name is Zach, this has been Audibly Dumb. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, if I say something's cool, it's 'cause it fucking is.